Shout out to everyone that put time into the banquet last night. What a delicious meal. Kitchen staff, great preparations, great food. Tonight we're going to be celebrating. Tonight we're going to be celebrating a lot of people. And I asked this group to stand up, but without talking, if you were a first-year camper, stand up. We are very proud of you. The year will be, check this out, 2031. 2031, if you continue 9 more summers, and you're going to be giving a speech 10 years. If you're a 10-year speaker, stand up. We're going to hear from you later tonight. So we started like in 2013, maybe earlier, but pretty amazing. So it's going to be a fun night. Sam Bieber. You don't know who Sam Bieber was. Sam Bieber is campers. Named after, yes, we've also got a relative of Sam Bieber. Sam, yeah, stand up actually. If you didn't Sam Bieber, your great grandfather would be extremely proud of the work that the counselors have done this summer to make this camp special for all our Jewish campers to experience just an amazing summer. So thank you, Sam and Bieber. So we're just going to get right into it. Ooh, ah, the bird report. I said, ooh, ah, bird report. Ooh, ah, the bird report. I said, ooh, ah, bird report. Give it up for Trinity Circus.
For those that don't know, this is our actual 10th year of birding. I'm thinking Steve should be getting like a 10-year blanket. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, this summer, this session, 48 people went birding. I did limit it, so not as many people got to go birding. So if you went birding at all this summer, would you please stand up? We identified, thank you, very cool, thank you so much. We identified over 30 different species of birds. And this year, we identified 2 birds we had never seen at camp before. And I know, it's amazing. And I know you want to know what those birds are. So they are the hooded warbler and the Acadian flycatcher. The 48 people in class received a birding certificate, but we have a special award for 12 people who are what we call our die-hard birders. Every time there was an opportunity for them to go birding, they went birding this summer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say their names, ask them to come forward, and then after you give them applause and we finalize our end of year bird report, we're going to go outside for a quick picture, and they're going to receive some special gifts that they can show you later. Actually, I can show you quickly, just so you know. Some of them are receiving, some returners are going to receive a suet feeder. That's what a suet feeder looks like. And anybody who is new to birding will be receiving their first backyard bird identification. So, I know, you'll all be doing it next year, but we can't do that. All right, so those people are, and if I miss somebody, tell me later. If you please come forward. Janet Crystal, Lee Morris, Ethan Cohen, Jaden Factor, Tanner Crystal, Shai Morris, Alex Wyszynski, Arlo Stagman, Josh Elkin, Landon Spellberg, Miles Stagman, and now our staff member who 2 years now has been a diehard birder. And last love birding with us. So, and a diehard birder. So, do you want a big round of applause? Let's hear it for Ooh! Thank you very much.
All right, Trudy. Thank you. Birders, thank you. All right, we've got are the pios ready? All right. Okay. So we want to introduce this amazing group that has done some really cool work around camp, and we're going to talk about it. So give it up for the pios group.
Hi, Beber Camp. I'm Lexi Potter.
I'm Kyle Bagram. And I'm Leo Josie.
And we're lucky enough to have the opportunity to film and document the 2022 Pile project for this session. Fortunately, the project itself is complete. Unfortunately, the documentary is still in the works. Nonetheless, the Pile's amazing hard work and effort should be recognized. This year's Pile project was the improvement of the gazebo and island itself. The Pile split into 4 groups to achieve their goal.
Those 4 groups consisted of the piles working on the interior, exterior plans and signs that they would improve the island with. The piles worked throughout the last week on activities such as standing benches, laying plants, sanding, painting over signs, and adding new benches.
Cleaning up cobwebs, ash and bees nests, building cubbies, and painting. Many obstacles popped up in the duration of this project, but the Pile's hard work and dedication were able to overcome these challenges. The end result of all the Piles coming together and combining their talents is a beautiful, new and improved gazebo. We're all so proud of the 2020 pilots. 2022 pilots. I still think it's 2020 because it feels like it's now. And also, if you are interested in watching our finished documentary, it should be up on the Beber Camp YouTube channel by the end of the summer. Thank you, everyone.
Pios, it's really beautiful the work you did. The work on the benches look great. And shout out to Ed as well for helping you guys out. It takes the team. All right, let's hear from our amazing CITs.
Hi, Beber Camp. I'm Michaela Pye. Hi, I'm Lindsay Hopper.
I'm Brianna Overfield.
The CI Travelers decided to create a new and improved CI Target shop. We chose the unique color of purple to represent the safe Beber Camp community. We as CITs had the opportunity to go through mental health training. With that being said, we chose the color of purple for mental health awareness. Additionally, we included a map of the world to display the array of places represented in the Beber community. Our handprints are placed on the shed to represent the unity of the CI Travelers.
Words of affirmation are placed on the front of the shed to ensure campers, staff, and TOP feel loved and welcome. We are beyond excited for future archers to utilize the CI Target shed.
Despite the fact that we won't be here next session, we are happy to have left a positive and impactful mark on camp, and we can't wait for next year. Thank you, Beber Camp, for the amazing opportunities throughout our years here. We also want to extend our gratitude to Richie for all of his support and help throughout the project. Thank you.
It's a great archery shed, and maybe Eli, bring your team up. That's a good following to give out some amazing archery awards with Golden Arrow Award. Looks like a Jerry, you're on deck.
Always, we have always doing pronouns. At archery, we have a tradition, each session of giving the golden arrow to an exceptional archer in each division.
Hi, I'm Ben Sheck. I use he, him pronouns. The campers we are about to announce have not only displayed impressive skill in archery, but also incredible discipline.
And we're so excited to award them with this session golden arrows. Alright, so Makor, are you ready? The winner for golden arrow. Everyone drum roll, come on. For Makor, the winner is Ilana Fisher.
Okay, for catcher, we have Levi Weingart. And finally, for remote, we got drum roll going. Colby Stein. Thank you both for a great session in archery.
All right. Are you ready to be entertained by Bieber Theater? Let's give it up for Jerry, who had some amazing movies. Thank you.
Let's try to start it right now. Okay, so first we're going to see the movie of the first week hobby of the group of young artists. I'm very proud of them, and it's going to be like a quick interview session.
Hi, I'm Lauren from Beber. Anyway, I'm Lauren, and
Of course, I'll cover for you guys.
is it something that happens a lot?
Yes,
Why?
I remember why you know that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do you guys put on one sock, then one shoe, and then the other sock, and then the other shoe?
Give it up for Jerry and all the Makers. Next up, Hollywood. Next up, Hollywood. Congratulations, Baby Makers. All right. Beber Cup. Hold on.
Thank you to all the beautiful actresses and beautiful actors and for all the support. And of course, Gemma Stark for borrowing me her laptop almost every night. Thank you, Gemma.
Hollywood, here we come. Okay. I don't know the sing and music theme song. So, Jonah, here we go.
Kit, Ben, Sherman, Freya, Garrett, Sophie, please get up there. I think the theme is in the Okay.
What a sound squad. This is good. That's so I'll put Ray on the step.
Every year, a team of expert sailors are selected for a daunting task.
To race around
around Lake Beulah with its ever-changing winds and jagged coastline.
This race, called Beber Cup, immortalizes the names of the winners of the cup and represents excellency in the art of sailing.
On the bottom of the cup is written the teaching phrase, "A flappy sail is an unhappy sail." Surrounding this are the names of legendary specialists of days past. This cup holds deep meaning to everyone who has sailed at Bieber.
And now for the prestigious competitors of this year. In 5th place, drum roll please, Levi Leviu and Jazz Weinstein.
In fourth place is Arlo Stagman and Miles Stagman.
In 5th place, drum roll please, Colby Stein and Jonah Feldman.
In second place, drum roll please, Lucy Shirelli and Sadie Crannon.
And in first place, the winners of this year's first session 2022 Bieber Cup Regatta, Marley Golden and Orly Josephson. Please come down and sign your names on the Bieber Cup.
All right. Congratulations. Sailing, taking away.
Hi everyone, it's me, Kira. We've had some incredible people in music hobbies this summer. We've had people in rock band, recording studio, guitar and drum lessons for the first time at camp. And everyone that has come and chosen music every week has been so talented, so inspiring to be around. But these 4 people particularly are going to get a Bieber Rocker of the Session vinyl, which we have back on Crown Hall. It's like a Hall of Fame, but specifically for campers. The first one is Sean Rubin. Then we have Jacob Rifkin. Eleanor Sherrill. And Hannah Hellenborn. We're going to get your bones put up in the rest of summer. You can come see them next year and get photos of them. And everyone that took part in this hobby, anything you made, we're going to put on the Beber Rocks website so you can show all your friends at home. You can listen to them all year round.
Rock and roll. Noah, come on up and let's talk about it. Oh, there she is.
Hello. Okay, so this session we had a lot of campers in arts and crafts. Everybody were amazing, so thank you everyone for coming. It was amazing and fun. We had 3 people that were really, really good. So I want to call Caroline Earhart. I want to call Noah and Simon Endo. I want to thank the 3 of you for coming to our camp every day with a smile, being in at least 2 hobbies a day, and every time having fun and just creating amazing stuff. So thank you so much, and it was amazing to meet you. I'm so glad.
Lily. Caroline, my friend Lily. So, we want to recognize some people that did some amazing things over the summer. They dedicated a hobby. They dedicated a morning where they had to get really, really early to swim the lake. So for those campers that got up and swam the lake, there was a lot of you. Please stand up.
You all did an amazing job, and I just want to express how grateful I am that you all wanted to get up. And congratulations, you did so amazing.
Thanks, Lily. If you taught a hobby this summer, Steph, if you taught a hobby, stand up. If you helped out in a hobby, campers, give it up for your counselors who did such an amazing job of having fun this summer today. On the count of three, shout out your favorite hobby. 1, 2, 3. Stand back, over here. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, I think we've done the program awards. So now I maybe want to get a little more serious. So, many years ago, you look on this wall right here, there's a tree. And on this tree, it is the Bieber mitzvah tree, recognizing campers who selected Bieber Camp as their bar mitzvah service project. Set it to your north, justice you shall pursue, all summer, all year, all life. Becoming a bar mitzvah is a very meaningful experience. Raise your hand if you've had your bar mitzvah. Cool. Keep it raised if you did something for Bieber Camp. Maybe it was many years ago. That's a lot of hands in the room. So this entire community is very grateful for your support. People have raised money for various reasons. They have contributed to program areas. They have contributed to scholarship. Every year, Bieber Camp raises almost $250,000. Let's say it again, $250,000 to help support camp. And this summer, I want to acknowledge some people. So I'd love you to come up. You're going to take a picture with your award. But the following people this year made Bieber Camp their service project, and we're really proud of you. So the following people come up. Zoe Rubin. Isaac Emenegger. Josh Bloomberg. Abby Bartle. And Campbell Bilski. All right, so let's turn around. Raise up your plaques if you'd like to. It says, Josh Bloomberg, in recognition of selecting Bieber Camp as your bar mitzvah service project summer 2022. Give it up for this group, everyone. We are very proud of you. Very proud of you. And after tonight, we're going to put your leaf on the tree. Zoe, yours is there, but we're going to hang your leaves on the tree tonight. Congratulations. Campbell, do you want to stay up here? Campbell's going to come back and do her 5-year speech.
Cleveland, Ohio. This is our fifth summer of youth. Between an explosive fire extinguisher,
play night, dance parties, and karaoke parties,
many sleepwalking adventures,
jumping in the pool with our clothes on,
and borrowing each other's clothes every day, we've had an amazing 5 years and we can't wait for more.
Congratulations. So, we give out 5 years. We're going to do 10 years in a second. But, we're going to honor a couple people tonight. These campers and staff members have been selected by their peers, their staff. And so this first award is the Jane Beber Abramson Camper Service Award. Stand up if you've been awarded before the Jane. Oh, very nice, Jordan. Congratulations, Jordan. Any others? Stand back there. Congratulations. Sorry. Jane, Ari, congrats. Jane Bieber was a pretty incredible person, the daughter of Sam Bieber. She was a avid dancer. So raise your hand if you were here when Jane used to dance on stage and do the splits. Jane loved camp so much, she would visit every year. She was very generous. She had this amazing spirit. She did great things for others. And so that's kind of what this award is about. So tonight, this person who we're about to give this award to is a friend to everyone. They regularly spend time helping McCore campers work through their homesickness at GA, and they're still great friends to them, even during that first week. They've spent so much time helping campers in our yacht program, including being one of our campers' right-hand person this summer. Really proud of that. This person takes health and wellness really seriously by frequently washing their cabin mates' water bottles weekly. And this camper's always engaged in activities, great team spirit and support on Maccabi was amazing. Let's celebrate and honor Naomi Myers. Now, we actually have breaking news. We actually have 2 Jane Bieber award winners tonight. This other person is a leader with kids of all ages. They're friendly, welcoming, always offering to help. They have a great smile. During the 3-day trips this summer, they helped with fire, food, setup, cleanup. They personally helped me troubleshoot a problem with safety on Upper Camp. They were awesome. They had an awesome act in the remote talent show. They let everyone speak before they do. They're also an incredible naturalist, and they love sharing their knowledge with other campers. Let's honor Miles Stagman. Genuinely really, really proud. So, everything we're reading tonight is what your peers, your staff wrote, so I've been able to culminate this together. So, Thank you, staff, for the kind words. So, this one will get a lot of us choked up. Ron Kaplan was an incredible person. As you know, the basketball courts are named after Ron. Ron was somebody that always worked with a smile on his face. He was a friend to everyone. Gosh, miss him a lot. I miss him a lot. So we're going to honor, for the third year now, the Ron Kaplan, second summer, the Ron Kaplan Staff of the Summer Award. This staff member, I quote from your peers, is an integral part of the Bieber community. From their amazing rituals at night, which ground the cabin and create a strong culture of community, to their passion and leadership in their specialty area and hobbies. This person exemplifies what it means to be a staff at Beber Camp. This person has always been inclusive and helpful to all staff and campers. This person's energy and enthusiasm is infectious and is inspiring to watch and be included in. This person takes initiative and is one of the first people to volunteer to lend a helping hand. We're so proud that this person has strengths in both camper care as well as programming, and they're a true role model for staff, leadership, and the full-time team. We appreciate that this staff member is true to who they are and embraces their authenticity and isn't afraid to share it with those around them. We know that camp is smooth sailing whenever this person is around. They truly take care of the role of strong captain, caring, passionate, dedicated, and fearlessly committed to the well-being of those around them, just as Ron Kaplan was. We're so thrilled to honor Jonah Lefbach. So, we're going to go a little out of order. I want to start with 13 summers before 10. Spending 13 summers is a bar and bat mitzvah summer. This person is also graduating. And I know we have something very special planned for this graduation. And so, before graduation, this is Masterclass. Congratulations to 13 summers of Beber Camp. Give it up for Tim and Shani and Shani. Everyone is cheering for you. Give it a wave hand. We've got a special presentation. Right on the street corner.
You got a friend in me. What the was I had around the world, so my soul met. Just remember on your old pal said, you got a friend in me.
I'm going to miss you so much here in the Beber Camp community. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see you later, alligator.
But we're going to start with our 10-year speeches. Will, I think it's time to hear from this amazing 10-year speaker.
Things that brought me back to Beber Camp. Number 1, the friends you have made for life. 3, obviously the Red Moomba. 4, Lake Beulah. 5, Swanee. 6, Steam Guy. 7, the cabin basketball games. 8, my counselors. 9, Elegant Farmer. 10, all of you guys. Thank you so much for an amazing 10 years.
Hello, Beber Camp.
today I will be telling you a story with the moral, followed by a song without the word. Oh, you guys are great at this. So let me take you back 10 years. There was a boy, young boy, 10 years old, scared little boy. And he saw his brother have a blast at summer camp the year prior. And he says to himself, you know what? I can do that. And his mom encourages it, and he goes to summer camp. And at summer camp, he tries out 3 specific things. First thing he tries out is sailing. He sails out to the middle of the lake, and it starts to pour. And he cries as his boat capsizes, and he has no idea what he's doing. He's 10 years old. And what does he decide to do? He decides to swim back to camp and leave his sailboat out in the middle of the lake. He recovers from that incident, he wipes up his tears, and he goes camping. And on the camping trip, all the campers have cried around the campfire, and they're all making camper stew. And what does this little boy do? He cries. He doesn't want camper stew. He just wants Cocoa Puffs. So he eats his Cocoa Puffs as he wipes away his tears. And then it's bedtime. And when it's bedtime, all the campers are in their tents, in their sleeping bags, all cozy, as the rain starts to fall. This boy set up his sleeping bag right by the entrance to the tent. It got soaked. He cried. He cries and he cries, and what does he do? He ends up sleeping in the van. He gets back that summer, and he sees his mom's green minivan, and his mom runs out of the car. She gets down on one knee to welcome him in with a big hug. He runs into her arms, and he says, Mommy, I can't do this. Everything I do at camp makes me so sad. And she says, okay, what are you gonna do about it? And he says, I'm not really sure. Should I keep going back if it's making me this sad? And his mom says, you know what? Try again. This time, everything you do, I want you to put your whole heart into it. He says, okay. And he goes back to camp. 12 months pass by, and he shows up to camp in the same green minivan. And he does the same 3 things. He goes to sailing. This time, he asks the sailing instructor how to sail. He figures it out, and he has one of the best hobby times ever. He had a great time. He goes camping. And when he goes camping, he actually tries the camper stew. And he loves it. It's incredible. And then lastly, he has a good night's sleep as he shares stories with his friends in the tent. The end of camp rolls around, and the same green minivan comes back around. His mom gets out of the car, gets down on one knee to welcome him in her arms, and he's got a big old smile on his face. And she says, what changed? And the boy goes, I figured it out. She says, what did you figure out? He says, I figured out that this is the place I'm meant to be. So the moral of the story, everything that happens at camp, any small thing, any activity, do it with your whole heart. Put all of your energy into it. Go full out. I guarantee you it will be 1,000,000% more enjoyable. So many things at this camp I am grateful for. And that's purely because of all of the energy at this camp. So now I will sing a song without the word. Oh my God, you remember. I need a word. Okay, I heard soup. 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 Thank you, Beber Camp.
Hi, Beber Camp. I'm Jilly. And I'm Jordan. It's hard to put into words how much this place means to us and write a short speech to the place we belong to our entire childhood, where we met our best friends, created core memories, and learned life lessons.
So for our short speech, we wanted to share those life lessons, memories, and people with you all. If there's one thing we learned, it's that you shouldn't take the little moments for granted.
There's no feeling like your Maccabi team being the last torch lit when you're a senior remote captain.
The excitement you get when you roll down the hill on the first day of camp.
3D trips where you build incredibly strong connections with people.
Singing your heart out in the dining hall.
Having cinnamon rolls for breakfast.
Running to be first in line for the cookout.
Stargazing on the basketball court.
Or late night talks with your best friend. Bieber is a place where you can face your fears without judgment, whether it's riding Hades at Mount Olympus after trying on the kiddie roller coaster, or getting over your fear of heights on the climbing trip.
Make friends with people of all ages, because Bieber is the most sacred community that can't be found anywhere else, and you never know who will become your best friend. Live every single moment to the fullest, because the ones spent here are the most special.
There's a few people that we want to mention to help shape our Bieber experience. To start, I really want to thank the Odd Squad.
CI Treasure 2021.
Special shout out to my guy, Jeremy Nolan. Our amazing co-counselor, St. Cabins.
My sister Julia for sharing this place with me.
And my siblings, Emma and Ethan.
Our parents for sending us to camp year after year and for always being our biggest supporters.
And Alex Resnick, who has been our rock since we met him. I wouldn't have had the courage to come back if it wasn't for him.
You have been our biggest mentor in and outside of camp, and we can't thank you enough.
Being on the other side of Bieber as a counselor makes us realize how special this community really is.
And how important it is to give back and give our campers the love, memories, and experiences that made us fall in love with this place. Truly our home away from home. Thank you for an unforgettable 10 years. We love you forever, Beber Camp.
Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Izzy.
And I'm
6 years ago, for our 5-year speech, we read a list of apologies to all of camp. So for our 10-year speech, we're going to tell you the things we've learned from those mistakes.
Don't fall asleep in the health center during Pyocopia because your leaders will not be informed of where you are.
If you tell your counselor about your obsession with another counselor, it will always get back to them.
Don't eat the pierogies in Poland. Food poisoning in a foreign country is not fun.
When you live in the Ville and have to pee in the middle of the night, don't go all the way to the NPR when you can pee outside the back of your yurt.
Anything can be a cabin pet, even the shower head finds at the hobby field. Shout out Roberta, we miss you.
Camp is a place where you can truly be yourself, even if that means wearing tutus and sparkly scarves in the talent show and calling yourselves the Sassy Sisters.
Make sure your counselors know you're going to night meds, or they will leave you behind from a dance party sneak out with the boys.
Don't put feminine products on the door of your yurt because they will still be there 3 years later.
Don't bully your friends for listening to Hamilton on their iPod shuffles because you will know all the words next summer.
Always dress up for dinner. It makes it way more fun. Just pick a theme and run with it.
Don't wake up to the same song for 6 years. It will haunt you.
Always have your digital camera handy, even if it means someone drops it and breaks it the first week of camp.
Don't be T5 or T6. You can be T11.
Be friends with campers of all ages. You're all here for a reason and have more in common than you think.
Go Pio Summer. It was and will forever be the best summer of our lives.
You can learn to love a group of people so incredibly quickly. Shout out T6. I love you guys so much and I'm so grateful to have spent this session with you. Thank you for the memories and laughs I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
There's no place with people that make you laugh more, and so it can be my silliest and my authentic self. Shout out G4, I'm so grateful for you.
Being a counselor is so special because you're able to watch your campers experience so many camp births. Shout out to my O3 girls. I'm so lucky to have been able to spend this summer with you.
And most importantly, take advantage of every second you spend in this magical place, because in a second you'll blink and it'll be you sitting up here on your 10th summer with more incredible experiences than you could ever imagine. Thank you, Bieber Camp, for not only giving us 10 incredible summers, but friends who have become sisters that will last a lifetime longer than 10 years.
Hi, my name is Emma. And my name is Greta. And here are 10 things we love about Beber.
Number 1, our Pio Summer, because that's when we met. Shout out Piopoly and the Pioville sign which we pulled out of the ground ourselves.
Number 2, the camp beautification hobby with Ed, which was mainly time spent in the kitchen eating ice cream or raiding the canteen closet.
3, the weekly Taco Tuesdays where people would fight over the order of the guac, that the guac would be passed in RIP family style meals.
Number 4, forgetting to hop the dining hall and getting your cabin paged over the camp loudspeaker. G1, please report to the dining hall to hop.
Using pool floaties in the NPR showers as a DIY slip and slide and waking up with rashes on our legs the next day.
Number 6, spending more time moving benches in Crown Hall CIT summer than time spent with our campers.
Number 7, licking Sharpie off of your hands to try and get more mocktails at banquet.
Number 8, sprinting from Flagpole to the island for cookout meals, but still somehow ending up at the back of the line.
9, feeling sick after Red Fair and State Fair, but rallying for dinner.
10 amazing summers at Bieber, thanks to all of you. We love you, Bieber Camp.
I'm Jonah.
And I'm Asher.
6 summers ago, we read you a speech on a roll of toilet paper.
Well, we think 10's a little bit bigger of a number, so we got a bigger roll.
This is so
Lots of speeches tonight talk about the people or the place. It's an infamous end of session question. What truly makes Bieber?
We think it's both. If it weren't for the combined 20 years of counselors and friends we had here at camp, we wouldn't be the same people that we are today.
And in those 20 years, we've lived in, eaten in, snuck around, and explored every spot on these glorious 300 acres.
Let's take a pause. See, Jonah and I were math guys, and we did the math.
It turns out, Asher and I have spent only 9% of our combined lives here. That's really small.
But when we're not at camp, and we tell stories, 95% of those stories we tell are about camp.
This really means that the experiences we have at camp are 10 times more meaningful than any other experiences anywhere else.
So tonight, we have 3 simple words for you to carry with you throughout your Bieber camp experience. Make it count. Thank you, Bieber Camp, for making us who we are.
And with that,
gotta go.
3 minutes.
Bye-bye.
If you had told me 11 years ago that I would
would still be at camp going into my senior year of college, I wouldn't have believed you. If you had told me when I stood up to give my 5-year speech that I would be the last person left from my cabin, I wouldn't have believed you. If you had told me as a PIO that I would be the only person left my age and the McClure division leader, I would have laughed in your face. And I am laughing. At camp, you can always find me laughing or smiling. Becoming a staff member at Bieber has been the happiest and most meaningful life decision I've ever made. I always enjoyed my time as a camper, but I didn't truly fall in love with Bieber until I became a counselor. As a counselor, you have the opportunity to help campers foster lifelong friendships, give them the courage to step outside of their comfort zone, instill a sense of self-worth and confidence, and discover the magic of the Bieber community. To all the campers listening right now, my biggest piece of advice to you is become a staff member. To all the staff, come back. It doesn't matter if the friends you grew up with stop coming back. My best camp friends are older and younger and from all over the world. There will be pressure to get an internship. You can intern during the school year. The lessons you learn here can't be taught elsewhere. Choose what makes you happy. For 10 summers, I have chosen my happiness. That happiness stays with me throughout the year. When I need a break from studying, to talk through a problem, or when I'm feeling down, I call someone from camp, and they always pick up. This is a community that always picks up. Every time I think about the possibility that this could be my last summer, my body goes numb. I can't handle that thought. But the thing is, even if it does end up being my last summer, I know the happiness will last. I know my friends will pick up forever, just as I will forever pick up for them. I wouldn't be sitting here today without some very important people. Thank you to all my counselors, but especially Monica Arkin and Haley Appler. To the PI Originals and the PI OG leaders. To my parents for everything. To Julia Bartle for being by my side in Atlanta and at camp. To Ari Kirsch, who inspires me to be a better person every day. To the girls of 05 Hive, I am here today because you helped me fall in love with being a counselor. Kayla, Kaya, Lucy, Daphne, Campbell, Zoe, Sophia, and Lydia, thank you. One day, you will have your own campers, and they will be so lucky to have you. To Anna and Aaron, to the girls of 05 Live, who made me fall in love with being a counselor all over again after a year away. Sometimes words aren't enough, so I thought I'd get y'all moving a bit, try something a little interactive. But in order for it to go quickly, when I go like this, you have to stop. So when I make this motion, you have to stop. It'll come together at the end, you'll see. Okay, so if you're in 05, if you were in 05 Hive, 05 Live, 04 Ocean Floor, or an 03 Jelly Bean, you're gonna stomp your feet. Okay. If I was your head counselor last year, snap your fingers. Okay. If I'm your division leader at McCoy, that's you. Rub your hands together. And then if I let a hobby you're in, you're gonna clap your hands together. Okay. So we're gonna try it all together just for like 5 seconds. So. When it's raining all around, the sun is always shining at Beaver Camp.
And this is Ben Sherman. He also does our We would like to start the speech. If I ever here, take 3 deep breaths. In, out, in, out, in, out. Great, now we're in the center, ready for the speech. It's kind of crazy. Me and Sherman have already known each other for longer than camp. We ever went to some day camps in Chicago together. Been us knowing each other for around 15 years.
We both started with the K3 Kangaroos, where we had one of the best experiences of our lives on the last day of camp. We were both uncomfortable, very late to pick us up,
Basically 2 hours each year, every year.
literally every year, just me and Eli left. And Jamie Young, our first counselor, decided to put all the mattresses on the floor and let us jump off the top onto not only the mattresses, but Jamie Young.
We did this for what felt like an hour, but was probably more like 10 minutes, but it ended up being a defining experience we talk about just to this day.
After that, we moved on to what we used to call Be One Direction, where at some point during this baby catcher year, we had the confidence to go on stage and sing One Direction.
We ended up making it to all camp talent show where we continued to sing One Direction as our little younger old selves.
I'll also never forget that year that I had a hobby by myself in a recording studio with just me and Will Jarvis proving an incredible dubstep song.
The next year, we were senior catcher in B3. We don't quite remember what our original theme was, but at some point we became the B3 sheep.
I don't really know where this sheep thing started, but after really dancing, it became sheep.
Shout out to Isaac Spiegel for that one.
And also Josh Kaplan from Andy with really dancing words.
We also had the experience of, at Noah's Ark that year, a bunch of pilots left us and told us to start praising the person who ran one of the rides at Noah's Ark, this guy called Firkin. And we went crazy for him, just because of this inspiring ruach from these pilots.
Firkin. We were very excited about Firkin. It's worth mentioning KTP. And the next year, me and Eli had some rough patches where, well, you can continue.
Basically, middle remote. Me and Sherman, kind of hate each other. It was kind of funny, really.
We laugh about it now.
Then moving on to senior remote, up in the year, was the best days of my life, where we sang shrimp song every day for a month.
We also like to sing a certain word very loudly that was a certain swear word during that song.
As well as One Time for the One Time with the Dirk Ceiling Band.
We shouldn't talk anymore about that. At some point we started singing that year Last Waylock. We had to do the shower house, and every time we had to go, we'd go together and sing Last Waylock.
Shout out to Josh Cooper for that one. As well as creating probably the single best film in Bieber history, Who Killed the Nuns? If you know, you know.
I think we're ready for shout outs. Well, let's go over our shout first.
Oh wait, actually, real quick. Gotta mention Kyle Summer, wearing this shirt right now. Best summer of our lives. And to everybody, just for tomorrow, go shop us.
Our cabin order was Yangs.
Browse.
Yangs.
Browse.
Browse.
Yurt.
Yurt.
So we spice things up.
A special shout out to the person who really makes my life go by and every day go by and what turns the clock, Bradley Epstein. Makes my life incredibly easy. Without him, I couldn't do this.
I want to shout out a few people. First of all, the Cornerstone 2022 squad. Let's go. As well as Lila Ephraim. Also, my oldest friend. Love you.
John Lashkoff for being the best.
I want to shout out all the cabins I've been a counselor for. The Lumiere Tunes, the B2 Bagels, and now Obi-Wan Kenobi.
A special shout out to Bieber.
We also want to shout out anybody living in our cabin as we're campers, especially Harry Soccer.
Love her.
Lastly, thank you, Bieber, for these 10, hopefully plus, years of incredible and unique experiences.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Beber Camp.
For my 10-year speech this session, I want to write a letter to my younger self. Dear K2 Sam, you're about to embark on an incredibly special 10-year journey. I know you're currently crying and are scared to leave mom and dad, but over the course of these next 10 years, you're going to learn so much about yourself, others, and the world we live in. The strangers you're about to meet are going to become your best friends. They're the ones you're going to shardy with, win cab and clean up with, shout out to my Swiffer, and cry like there's no tomorrow with. These people will care for you so deeply and be there for you always. Camp is so incredibly special because it teaches us the power of connection. I'm so grateful for all the relationships I've developed. Whether it's CI Treasure or my K Wonderful Wizards, you all have a special place in my heart. Camp is so powerful because it allows us to connect with each other in a way that people outside this bubble do not understand. Over the next 10 years, you're going to develop a dynamic sense of empathy and truly learn what it means to be vulnerable. Special shout out to CI Treasure again for helping me grow and feel comfortable letting my guard down. I'm forever grateful to this community I'm so lucky to call my family. K2 Sam, get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. All my love, Counselor Sam.
All my life, I have been quiet and shy with little self-confidence. Many times when I was younger, my twin sister, Lucy, would speak for me because I was too scared to open up and talk to people I didn't know. It wasn't until the summer going into 5th grade when I came to camp that I started becoming more confident, talkative, and open. I stepped off the bus as a 10-year-old and I knew I would be coming to this special place for as long as I can. The hundreds of people we meet at camp shape who we are today. When I was a senior remote camper, I was talking to my friend, Daniel Tates, about how I'm more outgoing and talkative at camp than I am at home. He said, you should talk more, you have great things to say. His little comment that he probably forgot about has stuck with me for the past 4 years. Ever since then, I've tried to put myself out there and speak up. However, it was not until I went through the pilot program that I really embraced myself fully. Here is a journal entry from August 6, 2019, titled Reflecting on My PIO Summer. I think this whole summer I really changed and become a lot more comfortable with who I am. Before the summer, I was quiet and shy and struggled being myself around most people, despite trying hard not to be. Now, once the summer is over, I feel completely different. I'm a lot more social and comfortable with who I am, but instead of being embarrassed of my shyness, I learned to embrace it. I'm really proud of myself. It can be scary to show your true self, but when you're with the right group of people, it's totally worth it. To end off, I want to emphasize that Beber Camp is truly a special place. If I didn't step off the bus when I was 10 years old, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't change a thing about my last 10 summers. It's so easy to overlook the impact we all have on each other. You all have so much to offer. Thank you, Beber Camp, and thank you, CI Travelers.
For my 10-year speech, love you too. So for my 10-year speech, I'm going to share 10 things I've learned throughout my time here. Number 1, sneak outs are supposed to be fun. I went on my first sneak out as a little K1 camper, and I remember hiding behind the health center at one point to avoid getting caught because we thought they weren't allowed. And it was a glow-in-the-dark Gaga excursion, and after it ended, I went up to my counselor, Will Jarvis, and said, can we never do that again? Since then, I've gone on many more sneak outs and learned that they are actually fun. Number 2, good counselors will wear a life jacket with you in Kalahari. I was so short on my first trip to the water parks that I had to wear a life jacket, and I felt so embarrassed that my other counselor, Noah Abramson, wore one with me. So go the extra mile, it counts, it has a huge impact. Number 3, don't sleep in a zipped up sleeping bag. This is apparently a rule here, and I learned that I caused that since I rolled out of my bed and under it, and now it's not allowed, so don't do that. 4, bring in a water bottle to Elegant Farmer to bring back caramels. 5, snack is the best time of day. 6, 3-day trips are about the people you go with, not the activity. This is how you make lasting memories. 7,
I've learned how to be a basketball coach when I don't know anything about basketball, and coach the CITs to 2 wins. 8. Go 8 weeks. 9. Come back CIT year. I was so close to not coming back. In fact, Naomi called me out in our PIO group chat for not being enrolled. But it's such an amazing program, and you'd be doing a disservice to yourself if you didn't at least try to come back. Number 10, this community is incredible. I specifically want to thank a few people for making the past 10 years so amazing. To my past counselors and CITs, thank you for everything. I can't wait to take all that I learned from you onto staff next year. To my CIT leaders, Morgan, Sophie, and Adley, thanks for making the session my best yet. I can't wait for what the next 3 weeks have in store. To Naomi, thank you for everything, from being my Mishpachah mom to my TLP director. You've been there for me throughout my whole camp experience, and I know I can come to you with anything. To Orly and Zoe, I'm so grateful we get to share camp together. Seeing you throughout the day is truly a highlight. And to the CI travelers, you are truly the best. I wouldn't be the person I am today, nor would I keep coming back if it wasn't for you. And to all Bieber Camp, thank you for being the incredible community that you are.
Over the past 10 years, the Bieber community has become my summer home. For my speech, I will go through the first 10 things that come to my mind when I think about my camp experience. Number 1, my dear friend Lindsay bringing oversized pool inflatables every single summer. My favorite being the $70 cow, who we named Howie the Cowie in G1. Number 2, rain parties. The most memorable being the one where Joel Bennett chased our cabin around lower camp for showering and dancing on the tennis courts during a severe thunderstorm. Number 3, when a girl from France joined our cabin for 1 year, who stole some of our clothes and shamed us for not shaving our legs in Kesher. You really do make friends around the world at Beber Camp. Number 4, elegant farmer trips and always making sure I wear an outfit that has a lot of pockets. Number 5, Catch and Release becoming our cabin's favorite song after listening to it while stargazing and waking up to it blasting every single morning. Number 6, middle remote bonding, along with forced speeding and sneak outs. Number 7, remote canoeing being my favorite 3-day trip, even though mine and Michaela's tent snapped in half. Number 8, traumatizing Julia Besson when she was our CIT in G3 with typical Kesher drama. Number 9, meeting all of the first session people during PIO summer who I can now call my best friends. And number 10, for the CIT summer, I wouldn't want to shred the gnar, build a shed, swim the lake, or take a lap with anyone else. Beber Camp has truly shaped me into the person I am today. Thank you, Beber Camp, and I can't wait for more to come.
If I could give anyone a piece of advice, it's to do what makes you happy. There are plenty of other ways I could have spent my summers, but I don't think anything else would make me as happy as being at camp. It's the people, the place, and everything in between that makes Bieber feel like a home. As hard as life might get outside of camp, it's always comforting to know Bieber has my back. I decided to ask my friends how they will remember my time spent at Bieber, and I compiled my top 10 memories. Number 1 is chipmunk face. As a chubby McCord camper, I thought my face looked like a chipmunk, so I showed everybody my chipmunk face. Number 2 is when I was kicked off the stage in the McCord talent show for my comedy show, which consisted of me fake slapping my friends. Number 3, I caused my cabin to be late to flagpole, which was impressive since I lived in Okies Up. Number 4, my counselor in T1 told me I complained too much, so I was challenged to go 24 hours without complaining to get a poker chip. Number 5, my friend broke my chair in middle remote and I made my cabin have a funeral. Number 6, in Kesher when I was having too much fun in the CIT's hammock and broke it. Number 7, I borrowed Kim Bird's rubber chicken in Kesher and slept with it every single night and named it Bobby Bobby Trisha for Timmy Timmy, SpongeBob Patrick, Sandy Squidward, also known as Caddy. Number 8, I made up dances for my cabin and called it the Tatum Show. Number 9, I still to this day wake up my cabin with my sleep talking. Finally, number 10, I may or may not have brought impetigo to remote in summer of 2019. I apologize. I'll forever be grateful to have found Bieber. This community will always hold a special place in my heart. Time spent here really does fly by, so make the most out of every day you spend at Bieber.
My 10th year. I spent more summers here than I have in my own home. Last time I celebrated the 4th of July with my family, I was 7 years old. But the time I've spent gone has been worth it. The friendships I've made, the experiences I've gained are unlike any other. But the chance this is my last summer at Beaver Camp. So as a possible final message, I urge you Beaver Camp, especially new or younger campers, to build connections with other people. Having lots of friends, especially ones in your age group, makes camp a much better experience. I, however, have not done this so well, so often I struggle socially at camp. While I've still had a blast these past 10 years, I wish I made more connections. So, if there's anything to take away from this, it's to step out of your comfort zone, be more social, and build those connections. Thank you, Beaver Camp, for these past 10 years, and shout out to the B3 Sailboat Boys.
Okay, this is an announcement. I've lost 5 water bottles this session. 3 of them are dark blue, one is light blue, and one is like Michael Arvado's water bottle where it like squishes and stuff. So yeah, if anyone finds them, go to the lower camp here. I'll probably be there. Hi, Beaver Camp. You may or may not know me. I'm Griffin Ames, and believe it or not, this is my 10th summer at camp. Everyone says that time flies by, and trust me, you should really cherish every moment. 9 summers ago, I first came to camp as a K1 camper and mountaineers, obviously late. I first got sat down by our counselors, hi Jarvis, wherever you are, and we introduced ourselves. And here I am, a CIT about to go to Israel. Not in a million years would I have seen myself in the position that I currently am in. As you move along from Makor, Kesher, and Remote, you realize how much faster each summer feels. Each day seems to last forever. Those 24 hours feel more like 100. But each week flies by. Each Shabbat, Hobby Week, etc. seem to come and go, where all you're left with is packing up and cleaning up the cabin, eventually getting home and reminiscing about how amazing of the past 25 days you just had. So don't be scared to do anything. With time flying by so fast, don't be scared to try a new hobby, ask someone out to banquet, or swim the lake in an hour, 9 minutes, and 32 seconds. Beaver Camp, thank you so much for the past 10 years. That just went by in a flash, and I can't wait for more.
What's that saying about saving the best for last or something like that? I don't know. Hi, Beaver Camp. My name is Jack Solomon, and I am from Louisville, Kentucky. When sitting down to write my speech, I realized that writing an original speech would be near impossible task. So, instead of fighting on originality, I've decided to embrace it by making my speech as unoriginal as possible. In order to achieve this, my 10-year speech will be a collection of the most stereotypical speeches at Beaver Camp. So, with that, I give you the first speech, the Amazing Week speech. Jack Solomon had an amazing 10 years. He did lots of hobbies. He even went to Israel. One time, he wore the same pair of clothes for 3 days straight. He did lots of fun sneak outs. One time, he slept through breakfast and his counselors never noticed. And he can't wait for what's next. While the Amazing Week speech may be the most infamous, there are many more speeches here at Beber Camp. Take, for example, my favorite kind of speech, the acrostic poem. For this next section of my speech, I'll be doing an acrostic poem to the word blanket. B is for Beber Camp, my home away from home. L is for lots of very long walks to the shower house. A is for always doing the kayak hobby in Makor. N is for not being a big fan of the Makor overnighter. Thanks, Ryan. K is for Kesher, my most devious time as a camper. E is for elegant farmer, ooh, ah. And finally, T is for 10 amazing summers. Another popular speech is a letter to a former self. A great way to reflect, and also the next speech in this speech. Dear younger Jack, stop wearing only neon clothes. Also, don't leave writing your 10-year speech to the last minute. Sincerely, future Jack. Although there are many more stereotypical speeches I could have included, I think you get the gist of it. Beber Camp has shaped me into the person that I am today, and the impact that coming to camp 10 years ago has had on my life has been unquantifiable. So, with that, I leave you with one final thing. Thank you for the past 10 years and the most incredible years that I could have ever possibly asked for. I will never forget it.
A big standing up for all of our 10-year campers and staff. This staff member takes advantage of all opportunities at camp. They are consistently engaged with campers and stepping up as a leader, whether it's an evening program, 3-day trip, or a hobby. They're extremely skilled in their area, willing to put in the extra time for improvements. There's someone I've learned a lot from. I would like to honor Karn Hemingway with his This person has really taken advantage of the leadership opportunities at camp. Their energy has been infectious for all campers. A great counselor, a great person, a great Israeli dancer. Let's honor Lily McClure! All right. Culture of gratitude. This person is just... This was written so many times about this person. An amazing role model for campers. They've taken just the most advantage of their camp experience over the years. They are kind, thoughtful, put campers first. Let's honor Eli Resnick. This person was recognized many times for taking care of the youngest campers, but also being extra careful out on the challenge course. They were also amazing on their 3-day trip. This person just took health and wellness very seriously. Bobble, come on. This is authentic Bieber Jewish life. I personally got to watch this person grow up. It's special for me to honor this person. They just have an incredible voice. They've added such meaning and spirituality to Shabbat. And of course, fun. Let's celebrate Sloan dancing. Listen again, staff stand up for a second. All staff stand up. Campers, please look at your staff and say thank you very much. You're going to get to hug and cry with them soon. The tears are coming soon, but we can't do it without you, so thank you, staff. All right, have a seat. a couple things left to finish up the order for the patients tonight. All right, we have 3 people we want to honor tonight for their long-standing service at camp, 15 summers. That is pretty incredible. This first person I want to introduce, you go third. So this person, it's kind of hard to sum up. I'm going to take the honor of introducing this person. It's hard to sum up my relationship with this person. I definitely would not be here if it wasn't for the opportunities that this person provided for me, dating all the way back to 1994. In fact, Ben Wax, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this person. He introduced me to my wife. As a camp director, you have a lot of choices to make. And when this person took over in 1994, he trusted me with a lot, and I'm forever grateful for that. He was a camp director for many, many years here. He was cool under pressure. He's an incredible leader. In fact, in the field of Jewish camping, he is really kind of the go-to person. I love that I get to work with him again. He's the exec director of Bieber. Give it up for Harold Wittenstein, everyone. 15 summers.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you. I feel honored to work with you again after all these years. So you've heard a lot about, I'll make this really quick. You've heard a lot about friends, family, community, Bieber, this special place, your second home. It's all true. It is a special place. I started here, as Michael said, in 1994. I was never a camper here, so I didn't get to experience a camper life like you all get to experience. But I did get to work with a lot of incredible staff throughout the years. It's crazy to think that 15 years have gone by, and here I am back at Bieber, a place that means an incredible amount to me, and hopefully will continue to be an incredible place for all of you. I am really honored, as I said before, to work with the full-time team. They're all here. You get lucky in life sometimes, and you get to be at a place that you love, and that it doesn't really, it's not work. You get to be here and watch all of you enjoy this beautiful place and work with people like Michael Wax. So thank you. Enjoy it. Embrace it. I love the place. Thank you.
Our next 15-year staff member holds a very, very, very special place in my heart. Over 20 years ago, she was this cute, adorable little camper who would run across the Hobby Wheel field and scream, "Debbie!" and give me a hug. And it was the beginning of 20 plus years of hugs, which later was followed by her being a GON counselor for my oldest son, followed by her being my social work intern at Meridian Middle School, and then becoming a social worker herself here at Beber Camp. But the most important thing I like to call her is one of my best friends, Mimi Young.
All right, everybody. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here. Hi, everybody. Oh, I feel so popular. All right, so for my speech, I'm doing 15 things I love about Beber Camp. All right, number 15. Wacky Mac lasagna, Elegant Farmer grilled cheese, Fork in the Road mac and cheese. So basically anything cheese related. Those of you who really know me know how much I love food. So you knew this speech had to start with me talking about food. Number 14, all things drama, theater, improv, and the musical. My first love and truly my favorite hobby. I was so proud to be the specialist
and to know that years later, my little brother, Jamie Young, was able to take on that same title. Number 13, Bedtime Ritual. Whether it was as a camper, sharing my highs and lows with my bunk, laughing until we couldn't stop, or telling bedtime stories to my campers as a counselor, with nothing but the light of my flashlight, nighttime is when the magic and love of a cabin truly comes alive. Number 12, singing Bless This House at Havdalah. From my first Havdalah with the whole camp fitting into the gazebo during my first summer with my older sister Jenny Young, to our most recent one in the amphitheater with all of you, it is a moment that makes me always feel at home. Number 11, CIT's 07 and our project, the welcome sign coming down the hill. Yeah, that's my project. I love that our project has become a symbol of camp for years to come. Plus, it was the year that me and my friends truly came together and learned how to be a team. Number 10, my worldwide friendships. Having friends from all corners of the world is one of my favorite parts of coming to camp, and international staff are the best. Number 9, being Maccabi captain as a camper and as a staff, one of my favorite days, even if it just doesn't matter. Number 8, the hugs. Beaver Camp hugs are better than any hugs in the entire world. It's the best. Number 7, I gotta say it, McCord. I'm sorry. McCord is the best, better than the rest. If you don't believe it, I'll put you to the test. Oh yeah. Number 6, getting to work alongside my previous campers on staff. You know who you are. These past 8 years as a staff member, it has been a tremendous honor watching my campers grow up to be counselors and now to be on leadership with me. I am so proud for all of you who you've become. Number 5, the waterfront. There's a spot just before you get to the amphitheater where all the paddleboards are lined up, and if you get there just at the right moment, right before the sun sets, it is absolutely beautiful. Whenever I'm having a bad day at home, I close my eyes and I always think about that spot. Number 4, the Blue Swing. It's a spot you can always count on for a good talk, a place to be yourself, and to find a good laugh. Number 3, Homesickness Club every GA. Because the best medicine for homesickness is just being with your friends. And number 2, the Yacht Squad, and specifically Jack Bender. I know I can always count on you for support, your friendship, and a sneak into the snack shack. And number 1, the community care team, and most importantly, Debbie Morris. Debbie has known me for my entire camp life and has inspired me to be a social worker. Frozen in time always, and my forever friend. I'll see you in Aruba. Thank you for 15 years, Beaver Camp. Here's to 15 more.